Okay, let's talk about the software now then, because it's had a bit of a facelift, hasn't it?
Yeah, there's a new version called Precision X1. It's a really whole new design, new code base, and we have the KINGPIN card installed now, right? So we maybe start with the ICX features, which the KINGPIN of course has. So we just click on ICX and then there we see all the temperature sensors, the memory sensors, GPU, and the VRM or power sensors.
It looks quite a bit easier to navigate the way this is. It's nice, a cleaner sort of dashboard, if you like.
Yeah. Just click here again, and then we have the PCB here again.
Yeah.
Right. This is a normal PCB of a graphics card. If I go over the memory over here, this is the memory overclocking area. Mm-hmm. If I just go over here, and then you will see that the memory actually lights up. So if you go like that, then you see memory ICs, they light up.
Also, I like it.
GPU the same.
Yeah.
And here we have the power area where you set your power target.
Yeah.
So because we have the KINGPIN card installed, we can go through here. There's a temp tuner where you just set your frequency and your temperature target. Then we have fan curves, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, now we only have the KINGPIN card installed, so there's only one fan curve for one fan. But if you have a triple fan or dual fan card with ICX, you can do all your settings right here.
Yep.
Then there is this is actually a pretty interesting tool if you're just want to start overclocking or just interested in what is my card capable of, but don't want to mess so much around with the voltages and everything.
Yep.
Then we have this voltage frequency curve tuner, where you basically just start a scan, and then it will start going through all the voltages and frequencies and checks if it's stable. Once it finds a stable or the maximum stable spot, it will just tell you the settings, and then you just go for it. And it's kind of an automatic overclocking.
Yeah, it's nice and easy, that one, isn't it? Like you say, if you're just starting out.
I mean, the whole overclocking is actually nowadays pretty easy with the software. It's really not a miracle anymore. But it's a nice tool.
Yeah.
And here we are on the OLED.
So this is what we can see here
with the KINGPIN card. So the default is really that you have all the settings, as we mentioned in the other video. But now we can also have an animation and some monitoring. Really, there's, as you can see here, there's lots of monitoring you can choose. What might be helpful, especially these two
really
voltages
nice
here.
That.
Yeah.
And this is where you'd set, obviously, if you wanted your own logos or you wanted to incorporate pictures.
Then you can we have a section. Yeah, exactly. Then you just go to picture, and then you can choose your presets. You can choose a scan zone picture or something, really.
Nice.
Just to customize it your own way. And then we are back at the front page, the main page.
Nice. I like what they've done with the software. Then it looks really nice and clean, and it's really easy to navigate as well.
It is. Also, what I also really like is these buttons here. The on-screen display is also something what is very helpful for benchmarking, overclocking, and all, because you have it on your screen all the time when something is running.
Yeah.
You can up here is the hardware monitor. And then you can choose, okay, what I want to display. As you can see, there's lots of choices. Yeah,
you can get really carried away.
I mean, what you probably interested is in the GPU temperature, maybe the memory and power temperature. The power limit is also something what is interesting, and the memory usage maybe. But there, as you can see, there's a lot
endless options there, really, isn't there?
Even CPU or frame rates you can display.
Amazing.
How it works is that you choose what you want to display.
Yeah.
Then you already see it right here in the software, and then you have 3 small buttons here, and you can see OSD is linked or highlighted at the moment.
Yeah.
So it will be on the on-screen display. Then you have the keyboard LCD. And then we have the tray if you want to just have it in your tray as well. Actually, for the KINGPIN card is something what is not so interesting because the KINGPIN is for overclocking and not for RGB. Yeah. But of course, RGB is a thing, and we need it. So we have the LED area here where you can synchronize everything, and also have this button over here to synchronize all your hardware, your closed loop cooler, everything really. Just one button and everything is synchronized.
Amazing. Okay.
And you can activate and deactivate the OSD by one click when you have it here, or just activate it.
Yeah. So there's lots of options, lots of choice. You can really customize it so it's something that you know works easily for you and all your displays, as we've mentioned. Amazing. Should we get overclocking then?
Yeah. Come to the important point, the overclocking.
Yeah. Let's do some overclocking then. Show us how that works.
So we have three sections, right? Memory, GPU, and power area. The software, by the way, is free to download on our website. No cost.
Yeah.
And when you start, after you install it, maybe you just click one time on default. Then you're sure everything is really on default.
Yep.
Then I would also recommend to start a benchmark already, so you just see if everything is working. I like to have the on-screen display activated, so you can see in the benchmark how it works. So we just use the superposition benchmark. So now it's starting, and you have on the right side you see the on-screen from the benchmark itself, and on the left side you can see from EVGA Precision X1. So we have now the power drawer, we have the memory clock, as you can see, GPU and memory clock. Memory is at 7000 megahertz, and GPU is at 2055 megahertz. This is because of the GPU boost. So there's a GPU boost within with all NVIDIA cards that they automatically clock higher, also depending on the temperatures. Sure. And so at the moment we are running with 2055 megahertz, and we want more, right? We want to This is actually already a pretty decent clock, but for the KINGPIN code, we're more aiming like on this cooling solution for 2100, 2200, maybe even. So now we go back to Precision X1 and we start overclocking basically, really. What you do is when you have these sliders here, you set you put an offset. So you saw that it was 2055, right?
It was, yeah.
So we set an offset now of, let's start with about 100 megahertz. So it should be about 2150 then on the GPU. Yeah. And for the memory, we just go for an offset of about 200 megahertz. Yep. Then also what you can do is really the power target, just put it to the maximum, so the card is allowed to take the maximum it can take. Yeah. So you just put that to the top, and the same with the GPU temperature. I mean, you could unlink that and then say, okay, I don't want my GPU to run over
nice and easy to do.
Maybe 75 degrees or something, but really on 75 nothing happens really. But you can adjust that right here.
Yeah. It's nice to have that function.
Yeah,
there,
it is.
Okay.
So we set everything, then we just hit apply.
That's where the magic happens.
Yeah, and then we go again. Run. And as you can see, it's really easy, right? It's just some clicks here and there. With the software nowadays, it's pretty easy to. And really, there's also nothing really can happen if the card is not stable at a point. It will maybe freeze or blue screen, but it will not. The card is still working. You just maybe have to restart. There's not really danger with that. Yeah, exactly. Now we see the GPU clock, right? Yeah. Is now at 2145 megahertz, and the frame rate, of course, is also higher now. Yeah. And you still can. I mean, the GPU temperature. I mean, okay, I have to say we just started that benchmark. If you let it run longer, the GPU temperature, of course, will get higher. Of course, but with this all-in-one cooling solution of the KINGPIN card, we're hitting now maybe, now it's 49 degrees. And if we let it run longer, it maybe hits 60 degrees or 65, but not really much more. Nice.
So it's really quick as well, isn't it?
Yeah. 2140 or 2130 megahertz already pretty good on the RTX 2080 Ti.
Okay.
But let's go further.
Yeah. Wait, come on. This is what we want to see, isn't it?
Let's go further. We just go, and that's really how
everybody
can.
Aren't we? Yeah. Let's do it. Let's see what we can get out of this bad boy.
Yeah. And that's really how everybody can do it. Just let's go for.
So is that what you'd recommend then for people who maybe haven't done it that many times or they're perhaps a bit anxious? You just do it in different increments and just keep playing around with it until.
Just play a little bit around. Like I said, go on default. Let a benchmark or a game even run. Check your frames. And then just go for it. Just set an offset a little bit, run it again, and look at the differences and the more frame rates you get, and So we have now 150 offset, so this should be nearly 2200. Okay, let's try
Let's
that.
go for it.
We do the, let's check, and we just go for it again. And what also is worth mentioning, that you don't lose any warranty. Somebody might also be a little bit
really great point.
I don't want to overclock, or I don't want to touch my card at all, or do anything on it. And it's fine. You don't lose your warranty when you oh, there you go.
Okay.
Benchmark crash, right?
Don't worry.
So yeah, and
we
nothing
can just
happened.
be focused on us. That nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Yeah. So your card is still cool.
Yeah.
We'll go back to the beginning. We'll readjust.
So
see what happens.
let's go back to precision.
Okay. And is that because we boosted it too high, or just that's just the fact that the benchmark software has crashed?
No, nothing with the. It's really too high.
Okay.
Now it's too high,
Got a bit too brave, didn't we?
So it's really, it depends on the cooling solution you're using. It depends on the GPU as well. On the KINGPIN, we have a binned one, so this is a pretty good one already. So maybe try it with a little bit less offset and go for it again.
Well, the beauty of that is, like you say, nothing happened. It's all fine. Everything's still intact.
Yeah.
Card's still working beautifully.
Yeah.
Warranty is still intact.
Warranty is still intact.
We are no worse off, are we? Or no?
If you go in tiny bits, then you know it works. And if you go at the beginning, at the very high end, and then you crash, you don't know what is actually capable. So going in tiny steps is really the best. But I just restart.
So what now then? As we can see, nothing happened. We had a little crash, but everything is still intact.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what I said before. That's how you do it. There is no really danger or anything that your card burns or something. It just crashed. The system crashed. So you maybe have to restart, or there's a blue screen, or the benchmark crashed. But nothing other really happens. So
nothing blew up.
Yeah.
We're all still good.
So we just know, okay, this was a little bit too far. So we go a little bit step down.
Okay, find that little sweet spot.
Yeah, maybe like 129 offset.
Okay.
Apply and just run it again and see if it works.
I'm feeling good about this. Are you?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, this is also what it's all about, right? To find the sweet spot of your GPU, of your card, and you really don't have to worry about warranty or anything. It's all still
intact. Times have changed, haven't they? It's all pretty straightforward, and there's nothing really to worry about.
Very easy nowadays, yeah.
Okay, let's see. Can it do it? Nice. So you're on 7.5.
Good, yeah. Exactly. 20,175 megahertz now. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, perfect.
And it's handling that all very nicely.
Yeah. Great. So then you probably, when you go to the point, you could step it even further. You go even further to find even the more closer sweet spot, or the more, but you can. This is already a great result for a 2080 Ti.
Yeah. Okay.
So now we found the sweet spot, right? And I would recommend to run the benchmark till the end, so you're very sure that everything is stable. And once you have your stable configurations, you go back to precision and just save it to your profiles. You have 9 profiles right here.
Yeah.
Just save it and done.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And this software, as we said, is totally free to download from EVGA. Exactly, super simple to use, as we've just demonstrated. And we managed to get a nice boost to 2175. Not bad. Jan, thank you very much for coming in. Boom.
Thank you.
Don't forget, you can get your KINGPIN 2080 Ti at scan.co.uk right now, and you can check out our other video on EVGA's range of coolers.